Hello guys and welcome to Doctor Who Series 9 Episode 11 and 12 Heaven Sent and Hellbent Review. So, let's get this party started. So, not this week, but last week, Heaven Sent aired. And this was a story about the Doctor, and he was trapped in some sort of prison. And the walls moved, and when the walls moved, it kind of gave me a feel of Harry Potter. Because it was like a castle, and there was things moving and stuff. And it was really cool how the visual effects were done. And I don't know, but they did well with the feeling that it was always going to be there. I jumped at one point when the veil comes out, which is the scene when the Doctor's been digging his grave, or digging a grave that says "I am in 12." When I saw that, I thought, hang on a minute, is this supposed to be the Doctor's grave sort of reference? But then he goes to open the door and the veil's there, and it just comes out of nowhere, and then it comes out of the mud, like the grave is just dug up, and then the walls move, and it's really cool that the fact that there's all these screens and stuff. And then you sort of get to the end of the episode, and it's like, right, it's tying it up, hang on, and then you just have this beautiful montage of the Doctor just going through and being there for like 2 billion years, and I think it's about 9 billion years he's there in total, or 2.4 billion, I'm not sure, but he just goes through this life cycle constantly because he wants to see Clara again, because he has a plan, but we don't know that at this point. And there's this like glass thing which is stronger than diamond, which actually the other day scientists found something that is stronger than diamond, which is kind of cool. So I think we should name it what Doctor Who named it. But yeah, and then he breaks through the wall. He thinks there's a TARDIS on the other side. Nope, it's Gallifrey. And then we find out he's come out of his confession dial. He was trapped in his confession dial, which I guess the fact it's called a confession dial would have been, like, at the start of the series, could have led to the fact that the Time Lord was trying to get stuff out of him. So then you start episode 12, which is Hellbent, and the Doctor is on Gallifrey, and he calls him, at the end of episode 12, he calls himself the Hybrid. And at this point, I thought, hang on a minute. The Hybrid stood in the ruins of Gallifrey. He's in his 12th incarnation. To me, that is the Doctor becoming the Valeyard, because that happens sometime around his 12th incarnation, which kind of made me sort of like, maybe he turns hell-bent and he gets all evil, and then he tries to wipe out the Time Lords and stuff like that. But he didn't. He isn't the Valeyard yet, although I think he would be the Valeyard. But there's a lot to talk about in Heaven Sent, and I need to do it so quick. So yeah. So Heaven Sent. He wipes out the Time Lord President, and then he sends the High Council off. He tries to take over Gallifrey and become the president again, which he does become the president again, which is kind of like a fourth Doctor kind of thing. I would like the Doctor to stay on Gallifrey longer, but nope, he didn't, because it's stuck and frozen at the end of time. Then the Doctor gets use of an extraction chamber. He saves Clara. He manages to get her out, which, this is one thing that's confused me over the past few episodes. She left it, and then they just kept putting her in and putting her in. But we'll talk more about that at the end of this, because of how the episode ends. And then you got the Doctor in his extraction chamber. He saves Clara, and then he shoots the Time Lord guy that I forgot the name of, and he regenerates into her. Into this woman, and it kind of proves that a Time Lord it kind of shows fans that a Time Lord can become a Time Lady. So the Doctor could one day be a Time Lady, but then, like, Alex Kingston's and everyone's just like, nah, the Doctor can't be a woman, but the Doctor could happily be a woman. Fans would probably warm up to the idea after a while, but the Doctor was supposed to be created to be a man. I mean, come on, he has to be a woman eventually. There aren't that many men alive. Tell you what, I'll make him regenerate into a woman. Yeah, guys. Okay. When I leave Doctor, he'll be a woman. Which I think it would be cool to see, like, rather than seeing a man in the Doctor's outfit when they're filming, like a woman coming on set in the Doctor's outfit. So I would like to see a female Doctor in a way, because I think she could bring something new to the Doctor. And then you go through the episode. The Doctor's obviously taking over Gallifrey. I don't know who the woman was at the start in the barn. I was thinking maybe his mother, but I'm not too sure. But I think it might have been his mother, the way he looked at her. And then time progresses and time starts getting messed with. Clara's heart's frozen. The Doctor steals a TARDIS, which I loved because it goes back to the original. And I thought, hang on a minute. Is the Doctor going to start everything again and have a new TARDIS, which is the original TARDIS? But no, Doctor Who had to be absolute pricks and changed the outside into an American diner in the USA, which Clara was working on. The Doctor didn't know it was a TARDIS. There's a lovely monumental piece outside, you know, when the Doctor finally finds his TARDIS, and it's got Clara's face on and stuff, and it's all like got a memoriam thing to her, which we obviously saw pictures on Instagram of. And I was just like, hang on a minute, what? Is that the new outside of the TARDIS? And then as he disappears, as he dematerializes, the paint comes off, and I went, well, that's just the editors and visual effects finding a cheaper way not to be able to add that into the space visual effects and stuff when the TARDIS is flying around space and time, and the vortex and the company on a title sequence. That was just them saving themselves some time and editing and money. But I would have liked to have seen that maybe for outside. And then when he goes into TARDIS, I was like, please be a new TARDIS, please be a new TARDIS. But nope, not a new TARDIS. But then we get a wonderful thing on the chalkboard of Clara saying, run you clever boy and remember. Run you clever boy and be a doctor, which is, I think that's what she actually said to him in the cloister things, which is really cool. And then the Doctor gets a new Sonic, and then we cut to Clara and Maisie Williams' character, Me, in the TARDIS the Doctor stole from Gallifrey, and Clara's considering flying off, but then Clara goes to Gallifrey, and I don't know if she's actually going to go to Gallifrey and save herself or what. Because personally, I think Clara is stuck in the Doctor Who universe now. She can't get out unless she literally does die for good. And the fact she's scattered across the Doctor's timeline is really good. But I think, like, you know, we're getting the Doctor Who spin-off next year. I think she's going to be the main hero in it with Maisie Williams, because once she's done with Queen Victoria, which is only like one series, she could do all, and I think she'll want to come back to Doctor Who, and maybe she'll play this woman in class, like, because it's set at the school where she taught and stuff like that. It kind of suggests to me, hang on a minute, but the fact that the chameleon circuit don't work again, and it's stuck as an American diner, which I love the fact it was the same interior from from Series 6 opening, because it was kind of just a nod to the 11th Doctor. And then Amy and Rory get a wonderful mentioning, and it was so cool. And then at the end of it, we get that lovely montage as the Doctor flies one way and the American Diner flies the other. And I love the fact we saw the American Diner flying in space. That was so cool. And I loved seeing the old TARDIS again. That was just amazing. And I just love seeing Gallifrey again, really. And I'm hoping the Doctor will go back. And the Doctor banishing Rassilon. Finally, he banishes Rassilon. And I love the fact he tries to kill him with the glove again. And then Missy, not Missy, I would have liked to have seen Missy appear in this, because I thought she was coming back for the finale, but I knew Miwa. I knew Miwa coming back for the finale, but yeah, I would love an action figure of me, and wouldn't you? But I would like to see Maisie Williams maybe become the new Doctor Who companion, because Alex Kingston's just said she isn't becoming the companion. And then we get this wonderful this trailer for Christmas special, and River goes, "Do I know you? No, of course you don't. This is my husband. My husband's dying." "He's your husband? Well, I don't like him." Like, hang on a minute. She's got another husband, but so she's got two, and I think the reason the Doctor don't like him is because the Doctor were her husband. And I think it's really cool, but it does look really good, to be honest. It does look like a decent Christmas special, but I'd have preferred it if it wasn't set around Christmas. Because every year they do a Christmas special set at Christmas. Why couldn't they just do an episode during this year, during series 10, do like episode 4 of series 10. It's just like a one-off episode where it's Christmas in a village and the Doctor has to save it, rather than it just being based around Christmas. Why couldn't they then do a Christmas special with like another Time War or something like that? But I am loving the 12th Doctor now, and for a Moffat finale, it was the best one ever. Thanks for watching, guys. I've been the Doctor 11th. This has been my Doctor Who Series 9, episode 11 and 12 review. Heaven Sent and Hellbent review. Goodbye for now. Bye.